all for nert. Nert is a proud engine on Sodor, and he's also a teacher. And also, he and his twin nert are teachers of Layla Ivor, and they always like to be with one another together really well. One day, Nert was being really silly and dramatic. Just then, Bert was taking some coaches home when Nert steamed in. "Hey, Bert," he said. "So, what are these coaches for?" "No, go away," said Bert. "Well," said Nert. He was coupled to the coaches and took them away. "You're my best coaches ever," said Nert. "I'll take you both on a date." "Nert," said Bert. "Stop it! Give me them back! Right, you little..." But Nert just ran away, and Bert chased after him and the coaches. "Get back right now," he said. But what they didn't know, that Mike was off the rails, and his tender was derailed. "Just you wait," said Nert, and Nert ran away. He went into the tunnel when suddenly he crashed into Mike's tender. "Ah! That's my tender," said Mike, and Bert just stopped, and the coaches came derailed. The coaches came off the rails and battered their own wheels, and they were damaged. Just then, Bert came to the rescue. "I'll save you, my lovelies," he said, and stopped. And then he spoke severely to Nert. "I thought you were nice," he said. And with that, he pulled the coaches back on the rails, and then Mike was back on the rails either. Mike and the coaches had to go to the repair yards to be mended, and Bert chuffed angrily away. "What next?" said Nert, and Nert steamed away. He hurried along the line, being irresponsible to all the other engines. All for me," said Nert, and steamed along the line. Everything's all for me," he said, and he hurried along. Said Nert. "Looks like I'm really useful. Hey, what are those trucks doing here? Are those for me? But Nert was just being silly. There was James's goods train, ready to go up the incline, when suddenly James realized that he was being pulled by the incline with the trucks. "Help!" said James. "It's got me!" "Help!" said James. "Help!" said James. "I'm gonna die! Someone save me! Help!" said James. "I'm gonna fall!" James was so scared. Just then, Nert came in. "I'll save you from the evil truck! I'll save you from the evil trucks!" giggled Nert, and biffed the trucks. And biffed the trucks on purpose, and the couplet and the incline chain snapped. The incline chain couldn't keep hold of James the Red Engine's weight. Then it suddenly snapped. "Whoa!" said James, and went downwards, and he sped backwards down the incline. "Help!" said James, but it was too late. He came off the rails, and his tender crashed into a tree. Scratches and marks laid all over James's smart red number 5 tender. He looked ridiculous, and James looked dirty. "My red paint," said James sadly. Phew, that was close," giggled Nert. You evil truck thief! I've saved the trucks! And the Fat Controller was cross with Nert. That was silly and irresponsible, he said. I suggest your detention forever. No, said Nert. He was so cross. Then he fist the trucks down to James. Whoa, said the trucks. We're gonna... And they fell off as well. Ow, Nert, said James. The trucks were derailed, and it took a lot for everyone to clean up this mess. Nert was so upset. Nert, he said. Nert, he said. What's all this? Sorry, said Nert. And this over there, he said. It's a tree that battered me, said James. Uh-oh, said Nert. James's special beautiful tree. That's not my tree, said James. It's just an old tree from the 90s. Yes, said the Fat Controller, and James's driver found it at the scene of a crime. Apparently you were the one who put that. Apparently that means you have been silly to James all week, he said. And it's going to cost a lot to repair this garden of that tree, and it's going to cost a lot to take that tree away and repair its garden, put James on the rails, mend those trucks, mend those coaches, and fix Mike Ivor. And that means no playtime for you in a very long time. It's not fair, said Nert, and he ran away very quickly.